Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome to my weekly updates video. This is where I tell you what's going on in the craft room, what projects I've been doing outside, whatever. Not a tutorial, just this is what's going on. Lots of people like these videos because they get tips and tricks. Maybe they like the videos because I do so much variety and stuff and have no clear direction for the week. I don't know. Thanks for joining me. Today, I have a giant bag of stuff here. I'll tell you how I got that. So I thought I'd open it up and talk to you about things while I show you what I got. I hope you have some coffee or tea and you can sit back, or who knows, maybe you'll tidy your craft space while I make a big mess. Later, I'll tell you about what ideas I have for today that I might work on. One of my friends has met Mr. Right and is clearing out her home and actually had an offer before it was listed and is moving across the country. So, as good friends do, when you need a little help, they show up. So one night this week, I went over and kind of did a walkthrough. Hey, how's it look? How's it smell? That kind of thing. And it was great. She had prepped it so well. And then we got to the garage and I think I gasped and her daughter started laughing. We made big piles. I mean, you know how things get away from you and life happens. We made piles of donate, piles of give this back to different family members, piles of trash, and filled a bag for me. I'm going to say all of these things I actually put in the bag. She had so much stuff that she was donating because when you're moving across the country, you know, you're donating aggressively. I was pretty careful about what I brought home, but I did bring one really heavy bag. So let's take a look in it. She had this alphabet stencil and she was like, oh, well, that's probably trash. And I was like, that's definitely not trash. And I need to monitor you more closely. I thought this would be great for the sprays that we have. Andrea might like this. I will like it. Any of those ink sprays, the Dina Wakley gloss sprays, just fun. This, I hope it's not blinding you, is all glitter paper. Black, white, burgundy, pink, and the blue. Noni, if you need some, tell me. I'll hand it over the fence. Then this was, we don't know, it was headed for the trash. Has a couple little charms and some thread. I think, oh, it says it's a tie-dyed bracelet. I thought this would be really cute on a journal. And if I don't know how to do it, one of you would. Fun ideas. Now, she had a whole bunch of cheesecloth because she's been doing projects around the house. I don't know why. She wasn't totally sure if this even came from those lately. Cheesecloth, if you watch Southern Gals Designs, Tiffany, she dyes it and uses it in her projects as a layer or fabric or something you could stretch out and add texture and dimension. Cheesecloth isn't something that I would purchase to use, but if my friend has 3 brand new packages she's not using, I'm going to bring those home. These will probably end up blue or tea dyed, or they'll be put on the page and then sprayed. Just fun for art journal pages. Now, this is a secret that those of you who have known me for years and years might know. I love Winnie the Pooh. Now, I'm going to stop you. That doesn't mean I want you to send me all things Winnie the Pooh, because I had that problem for many years, and I have downsized, decluttered, and just have a few things. But you will see sometimes in my stamps, I have Winnie the Pooh stamps, because I am a giant Winnie the Pooh fan. And actually, when I adopted Pooh, and that was already her name, my friends thought I did it. And they didn't love the name exactly, but we called her Pooh Bear to make it better. But she just came that way. It was meant to be. I took these books because they were just too beautiful for me to let go. I highly doubt that these would show up in art journals. I don't think I'd be able to tear them up, but I just loved them. I may just put them on my bookshelf and hoard them for like another 20 years. Maybe when she moves back, she can have them. I don't know. She doesn't care. Look, this one even has a blue ribbon in it as a page marker. It's a gorgeous book. My friend crochets, and maybe she uses higher quality yarn now or something. I don't know. I don't know a lot about yarn, but there was a tub of yarn and she didn't want any of it. So I took this one. I think you know why if you watch my channel. I'm telling you, there's a lot of weird stuff in this bag. Let's try and get it out. There we go, so we don't have the bag crinkling. And it's a nice big Hallmark shopping bag. She told me that in many states, like in the Midwest and stuff, you guys can still go into a store and get a grocery sack. If we do, I think we have to pay for it. We use these bags and keep them in our cars. And so a big sturdy one is really nice. Also, Noni and I use bags like that to pass stuff back and forth. We hang them on the fence post and then the other person goes out and gets it. Not today because it's rainy. I snatched 6 of these composition books. Loving the blue for sure. I've been using these. They're probably Dollar Tree. Oh, these were from Staples, made in Vietnam. I've been using these. I had a couple of them to decorate the fronts as a project, but I've also just been using them as books to put lists in. I have one that's real life and one that's crafting and relaxing fun stuff. I will use these at some point, and I love to make lists. I could decorate them and turn them into projects, but so far I haven't actually done that. Flashcards. Okay, so my friend is a teacher. She had tons and tons of flashcards. She donated a ton. I took also Uno cards. This pack I thought was great for me because she was going to put it in the trash. She didn't want to donate it. Cards are nice for tuck spots, page toppers. They're also nice for putting washi tape around because they're coated. If you send washi tape to a friend and it's a nice card, it might need a little sturdier coating than these. They might even be able to use that very bottom layer when you wrapped it around. You can also just use cardstock, but you're giving up that bottom wrap. I thought these would just be fun in maybe art journal pages. You could tear them up and layer them. They might be fun tuck spots. I have some back to school paper, and I don't know if it's back to school, but at some point I have a big paper pack and I'll make cards for people. And I was wondering if I could use any of these. You know, maybe this is, if it's a vertical card, this is the background, and then you could put a thank you so much across the front of it. Couldn't let them go to the trash. Some of them were trash bound. This one's really dusty. And they have different color palettes because they're different brands, so that might be fun. I'm more likely to find ones that go with my paper, or maybe they won't go at all and I'll still use them. And if you have more ideas for flashcards or Uno cards, let me know for sure. All right, this is like a brand new pull your dandelions tool, and it wasn't going to get used. A jar that I'm going to give to my friend Katie that makes jam, and then paper, just paper. Some construction paper. I don't know if I intended to save that. I kept this because this was a stack of blank printer paper. Something like this is hard to donate, so it was probably just headed for the recycle. And then same for this. I grabbed those. They could be tea-dyed, collaged. You could make journals with this. It's paper. I can use it. And same for this. And the thing that's kind of neat about this, it's school grade construction paper, so it's very thin and very textured, completely different than our cardstock. So if you did a project and layered with this, it would have different texture. So that is my bag of odd stuff. Oh, and I got another ruler. I never have found my wood ruler. You can never have too many rulers. I think it's a fun bag of stuff. I'm just going to have to figure out where to put it. I didn't need any more specialty paper, but oh my gosh, I like this. It is coordinations.com. That's kind of an older brand, I think. I'm not 100% sure if they're still around, but you can check it out if you're interested. Uh-oh, do I have glitter in my coffee? I do. Okay, intermission. I'm not afraid of a little dust or a bug now and then, but I think glitter is pushing it too far. I didn't think it was shedding, but it was. So I dumped that, and then this is all I had left in the pot. Now, let's talk about what I've been up to and what I think I'm going to do this weekend. I have as far as videos in the works, Smash That Small Paper Pad is tomorrow. That's why we're doing updates today. I also made a very long, I don't know how long yet because it's not edited, process video for Smash That Small Paper Pad. So I'm hoping to get that made and roll it out for those of you who like process videos. I have a furniture painting video, which I think is edited and loaded and coming your way soon. And if you missed it, I did an estate sale haul earlier in the week. It was too much to do in this video, and that was even before I knew I had this bag. I haven't checked my P.O. box since earlier in the week. It was a busy week. So if you sent me happy mail, my apologies. We'll see it next week. I also have a yard walkthrough video, kind of looking around and thinking about what projects do you need to do before all the hostas pop up and everything gets beautiful and you just want to sit around and drink iced tea and admire it. The weather here is at the point where the day I filmed, it looked beautiful. And you probably thought, why doesn't she pull out the patio furniture and the rugs and relax? It wasn't warm. And today it's actually rainy and yucky out there. As Katie would say, a great day for quilting. Ideas for today and for tomorrow, things I'm working on. I think since these are already out on the counter and I've laid them out, I'm going to deal with some UFOs. These are backgrounds that my friend Noni gave me. They were in an updates video, I think weeks ago. I have gotten so far that I trimmed them down, and then I think they would be adorable with another layer, a card base, and a little die cut out of my book. I probably have some nice, I could use some sympathy cards. I am completely out. I need to restock in those areas. So maybe I'll take some blue or some different ones. And I think these would be kind of lovely for sympathy. So that might be the way to go. They also would work for birthday, thinking of you, anything. I might need to do some more die cuts though. My inventory's a little low here. So I could put these together. This is a bin of indigo and ivy that I started quite a while ago. And it was sort of my demo bin. I was doing different things with it when I wanted to show you using it up. There's some really scrumptious blue stuff in here too. I'm tired of this iris case being dedicated to this. So I need to deal with, move on, put it in scraps, finish projects, whatever. But I have too many projects in the works. So if I could, I think I'd like to get this emptied. That's not so much a fun project like this. It's more, it just needs to be done. And this, I can't let this get away. That's definitely not trash. And that paper goes with these. So maybe I could decorate these and work in some colors I like. When I am trying something for the very first time, doing a new folding technique, trying to see, I didn't know exactly how big these would be and how I would like them on a page. I use paper that maybe I don't love out of the pad. This was a single-sided paper. I think ideally I would use double-sided, and thinner would be better. But that's okay. These are great. I'll decorate them and use them. I also have some card sketches that I want to try out. Christy Marcotte uses card sketches that are asymmetrical. I see them sometimes and I think about them and I love them, and I don't do it. I don't think about it. So I want to try some angled sentiment sketches. And then Jess Crafts did one recently where these are my scientific little Post-its I leave around. She had these 3 little circles. She used a circle punch, then she used a bigger circle punch, and it was right out of the same paper. But the way she layered them, it didn't show. I like circles and I like asymmetric stuff. I get these sketches. I mean, look, this one I'm embarrassed to show you, but this is real life in this craft room. This is a note that I wrote when I watched one of Christy Marcotte's videos, probably months ago. I mean, look at this. I've spilled coffee on it. I wasn't trying to coffee diet. It just happened. So I thought today might be the day. I also have, oh my gosh, too many ideas. Some people say they lose their mojo, they run out of ideas. I don't even know how that happens. I always have more ideas than time. I'm working on this journal for that Southern Gals Designs class. Tiffany, aka Tiffany, but the channel name is Southern Gals Designs. And I have some stuff laid out for my next project, so I could work on that today. Southern Gals Designs sent out an email that all the classes on her website, and she does have some on other people's, but the ones on her website are 20% off today for Earth Day. I haven't finished the one I'm working on, and I did tell you guys, don't be one of those people who buys online classes if you don't have the time. But I might buy the next class because it saves me like $10, and I want to do it. So I don't know. I was thinking about it. It takes me a really long time to do those classes. You could do them most of the time in one day. But I do one thing, then I get sidetracked. I like to watch and rewatch. I like to watch it all the way through first to see where the train's going and then make it with her. That's just my personal style. So I enjoy them, and it does take me a long time. I used to have this friend that would buy plants and let them die by her front door. And that drove me nuts. I was like, why would you go to the nursery, spend $100 on a Saturday morning if you don't have time to plant the plants sometime in the next month? I look at plants, everything the same. Why would you even invest your time to click and buy the class if you're not going to do it? Other ideas I have for this weekend. I know, weekends should be longer for me. I need more than 2 days. I want to play with this coffee stuff. This is, Andrea has a set of stamps in here. I have some stamps in here. Andrea's made me some really cool backgrounds. I want to do coffee, at least one coffee card. I have been saying that for like a month. Maybe I didn't tell you, but I told me. So I decided that for this month, in April, for my goals, I want to play with the coffee stuff. So that might be today. I thought about, and this was a crazy idea that I won't do because I have to deal with all this new stuff I brought in, but I thought about doing like a junk journal assembly line because I have so much cool stuff. It would be fun to set up both of my tables and go down the line and say, you get a pocket, you get a pocket, you're going to have a flip. Oh, this one needs a tag. And maybe even make different colored themes as I went. And then if you've seen me do something like that before, I take tubs at the end. So I might have stacks or tubs or whatever, and then this would be the green one, and this would be the purple one, or this would be the floral one. But I could just go down the line. That would be super fun. That's such a big project, though. I would need some cleanup and planning to do it. But what I've decided is I love collecting and creating the junk journal stuff, so I have to actually make journals faster. I'm starting to be... Noni loves to make embellishments, and she gives them to me, so that works out good for her. But I'm making all these pockets and stuff, and they have to go somewhere. Maybe I could make the journals and put them on Etsy. Maybe I should make kits of fun stuff, maybe in color themes, and put those on Etsy. I don't know, but I love making all the pockets, flips, tips, dyed stuff, all that. It's fun. I also have that fabulous kit that Melody sent last week that I'd like to do. I haven't done a 6x6 journal page yet this month. And I do have goals. I'm just not making videos on them like I did last year. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. But I want to do a 6x6 page to finish my goals for the month. And I thought about it. I don't want to use Melody's kit in my 6x6 album because I want to do a big page with that one. I think Melody's Joy of Blue Goodness should go in this book somewhere. Maybe like right here. It needs a big page. And I guess I could say, okay, I art journaled and use this page, but I really want to use up my 6x6 book. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I have several of these Dina Wakley art journals. The one it was barely started. I haven't finished any of them. And quite honestly, I want to purchase the blue one. So I am trying to use these up. So maybe I'll do the Melody page in here and another one. Tons of ideas. Oh, and then of course, I would like to finish this class that I'm working on for Southern Gals Designs, before I buy the next one too. So many ideas, so little time. I just never run out of inspiration, I don't think. Oh, I wanted to show you this too because Noni made this for me. I don't pay attention to trends and cool stuff. So if you always want to run out and buy the latest thing, I'm probably not the one, right? I let my friends and other YouTubers really validate and check some things out. Here's an example. I should have bought an ATG gun years ago. It was big. It was pink. Come on. I didn't know. This was like the best $20. Oh my gosh. I just can't even believe I waited. There's a link in my Amazon store that I'm pretty sure is still good. If you don't have one of those and you make a lot of cards or scrapbook pages, it's really a great idea. That brings me to this. This is the top of a candle jar and a very large, what looks to me like a very large furniture pad thing, like you would put on the bottom of a bed or a giant dining room table leg. And this is for stamping. I have the big Tim Holtz platform. I'm not in love with it. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to go buy it. You can watch my channel and you won't see it in videos for a long, long time. I don't use it constantly. But I did a sentiment stamp the other day. This one. Smash that small paper pad is tomorrow, but I'll give you a tiny peek. You raise kindness to an art. It's a tiny, skinny stamp. It's not mounted on a block or anything. I have trouble with my sentiment stamps in here. I don't have the same trouble if I put them on a block and use them, but then I don't get a second chance. So if you put it in here, you can put it up, and if it didn't get all the letters or it wasn't dark enough, you can put it back down. But I have trouble with this platform thing. It makes the side closer to the hinge darker. I noticed it when I was testing out A Day Without Coffee is like kidding. I have no clue. When I was testing that stamp, I noticed it. So my font on this side is darker. When I used this, I was super gentle and I just went across this way instead of pushing down on that hinge. And I feel like it came out better. I don't know that it's darker, noticeably darker at the top. I think it is maybe a tiny bit, but not bad. You may have seen people using these and it helps you get a more even pressure. I was very gentle with it even when I was doing that because my stamp is so dainty, narrow. Anyway, if you want to make one, that's the secret. And this doesn't take up too much room on the counter, and I have actually used it. So for me, that's impressive. If I didn't, I would probably give it back to Noni or pass it to one of our other friends. It's not something that you really could make and send to your friend inexpensively because the sucker's pretty heavy. So if you were going to make one for a friend, you probably want to put it in a priority box with some other treasures. Get a flat rate going on that. So I think I showed you all the new things in the craft room. I told you all of my ideas, which I cannot possibly fit into one weekend. And I think I better get done and get this uploaded because I usually roll out my videos a little before 9 a.m. my time, and I don't think we're going to make it today. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you take time for crafting and relaxing. I'll try and remember to post some photos today and tomorrow so you can see what I decide to do with my weekend. You can get a glimpse. And then I always try and tell you in next week's updates too. But if you want a sneak peek, check out Instagram. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.